Leela stood at the edge of the Whispering Valley, a place known for its endless vines that carried the murmurs of ancient secrets. The valley was a sprawling expanse of emerald hills, dotted with wildflowers that danced in the breeze, and a crystalline river that snaked through the landscape like a shimmering ribbon. At 23, Leela had come here seeking answers, not about the valley's mysteries, but about the storm raging within her own mind. For months, Leela had felt overwhelmed. Her thoughts raced like wild horses, untamed and relentless. She'd lie awake at night, her mind replaying every mistake, every worry, every what if. During the day, her focus slipped away like sand through her fingers, whether she was working on her pottery, talking to friends, or even trying to enjoy a quiet moment with a cup of tea. Her conscious mind felt like a battlefield, and she was losing the fight. "I need to take control," she whispered to herself as she adjusted the straps of her small backpack. She had heard of an old hermit who lived in the valley, a woman named Mara who was said to have mastered the art of inner peace. If anyone could help Leela tame her mind, it was her. With a deep breath, she began her descent into the valley. The path was narrow and winding, lined with tall grasses that swayed in the wind. As Leela walked, the whispers of the valley grew louder, not voices, but a soft hum that seemed to echo her own chaotic thoughts. She clenched her fists, her mind already spiraling. What if I can't find Mara? What if she can't help me? What if I'm stuck like this forever? Her heart pounded, and her breath quickened. She stopped in her tracks, realizing she was letting her thoughts control her again. "No," she said aloud, her voice trembling but firm. "I'm here to learn. I can't let my mind run wild." She closed her eyes and focused on the sound of the wind, trying to anchor herself in the moment. Slowly, her breathing steadied, and she continued down the path. After hours of walking, Leela reached a small wooden cabin nestled between two ancient oak trees. The cabin was weathered but sturdy, with a thatched roof and a garden of herbs blooming vibrantly in the front. A woman sat on a wooden bench outside, her silver hair glowing in the sunlight. She looked up as Leela approached, her eyes kind but piercing, as if she could see straight into Leela's soul. "You are here to quiet the storm, aren't you?" the woman said, her voice soft but steady. Leela nodded, feeling a lump in her throat. "I'm Mara. Sit, child. Let's begin." Leela sat on the bench beside Mara, her hand fidgeting in her lap. "My mind, it never stops," she admitted. "It's like I'm trapped in a cycle of worry and doubt. I want to control it, but I don't know how." Mara smiled gently. "The conscious mind is like a river, always moving, always flowing. You cannot stop it, but you can guide its current. The first step is to observe it, not fight it." She gestured to the garden. "Look at the flowers. Pick one and focus on it. Tell me what you see." Leela hesitated but did as Mara asked. She chose a daisy, its white petals glowing against the green of the garden. "It's small," she said. "The petals are soft, a little uneven. The center is yellow, bright, like the sun." "Good," Mara said. "Now, while you look at the flower, notice your thoughts. Don't try to change them. Just watch them, as if they're clouds passing in the sky." Leela focused on the daisy, but her mind began to wander almost immediately. "What if I'm doing this wrong? What if Mara thinks I'm hopeless? I should have brought water. I'm so thirsty." The thoughts came fast, each one pulling her attention away from the flower. She felt a surge of frustration, her shoulders tensing. "I can't do it," she said, her voice cracking. "My thoughts are everywhere." Mara placed a hand on Leela's shoulder. "That's okay. The goal isn't to stop your thoughts. It's to stop letting them control you. When you notice your mind wandering, gently bring it back to the flower. This is called mindfulness. It's a practice, not perfection. Leela took a deep breath and tried again. She stared at the daisy, noting the way the petals curled slightly at the edges. Her mind drifted to her pottery studio back home, but this time she caught herself. I'm thinking about work. That's okay. Back to the flower. She refocused, tracing the daisy's shape with her eyes. Slowly, the chaos in her mind began to soften, like a storm settling into a gentle rain. Over the next few days, Mara taught Leela more techniques to control her conscious mind. They sat by the river, where Mara instructed Leela to focus on the sound of the water. When your thoughts pull you away, acknowledge them, then return to the sound, Mara said. Leela practiced, her mind still wandering but less frantically now. She began to notice patterns in her thoughts, how they often circled around fear of failure or the need to be perfect. Recognizing these patterns gave her a sense of power. She wasn't her thoughts, she was the one observing them. One evening, Mara led Leela to a clearing in the valley where the wind was strongest. The whispers here were almost deafening, a cacophony of sound that mirrored the noise in Leela's mind. This is your final lesson, Mara said. Stand here, close your eyes, and feel the wind. Let your thoughts come and go, but don't hold on to them. Be the stillness in the storm. Leela stood in the center of the clearing, the wind whipping her hair around her face. She closed her eyes and let her thoughts flow. I'm scared. What if I fail? What if I can't do this? But instead of fighting the thoughts, she let them pass, focusing on the sensation of the wind against her skin. She imagined herself as a tree, rooted deep into the earth, unshaken by the storm around her. For the first time, she felt a deep, unshakable calm, a stillness that came from within. When she opened her eyes, Mara was smiling. You found it, she said. The stillness within. Your conscious mind will always be active, but now you know how to guide it. You are not your thoughts. Leela, you are the one who chooses where to place your attention. Leela returned to her village a changed woman. Her mind still wandered, but she no longer felt like a prisoner to it. When she sat at her pottery wheel, she focused on the clay beneath her hands, gently bringing her attention back whenever it drifted. When worries about the future crept in, she acknowledged them and let them pass, like leaves floating down a river. She had learned to control her conscious mind, not by force, but by awareness, by choosing where to place her focus. And in the quiet moments, when the world felt too loud, Leela would close her eyes and remember the whispering valley, the wind, the daisy, the river, and the stillness she had found within herself. She knew now that peace wasn't the absence of thoughts, but the ability to stand steady amidst them.